The support, the home support, playing in front of a home crowd, to then take that same energy and then go and do it away 4 years later is something that's new, and it's exciting to see.
I think, as you mentioned as well, when you were in the studio a few moments ago, the key thing for you was that there were such scare stories and such doom-mongering ahead of the Paralympics that there was funding was pulled out and the crowds weren't going to be great, and all of a sudden it all worked out very well. The second most attended Paralympics in terms of spectators.
I was speaking to people over in Brazil, in Rio, and the crowds there, and asking them when did they book their tickets, when did they get involved, and they tried to explain to me that the rest of the world didn't understand quite how last minute Rio do things, and that was right down to the ticket bookings and getting themselves part of the Paralympics. They wanted to be there, they wanted to be part of it, but they just didn't get their tickets till the last minute.
The Paralympic athletes spray. There's Richard Whitehead at the back of that one, so that's the first float on its way now. Richard Whitehead, who has defended his 200 metres title in Rio in the T42 class, a double below the knee amputee. Also on there might have seen Alan Davis, who was gold in the F42 shot put in Rio. Wasn't able to defend his F42 discus title from London. That event was dropped from the Paralympic programme. Libby Clegg we've heard from already, who won gold in the 100 and 200, and Hannah Cockcroft, who always seems to win, and again we shouldn't take that for granted. She is dominant in her sport and took 3 golds in Rio to go with the 2 that she won in London. Some outstanding athletes there, Steve.
Yeah, and you can see there the medals around their neck, the smiles on their faces. They're proud of what they've achieved and the country's there for them.
And there's some of the athletes there as well. Kelly Massey, who's a Manchester girl, and Jasmine Soros just peering over the side of the float there. And Kelly Massey took a bronze in the 4x400 as part of the squad there. So Christina Hurrigu is here today as well. So the first 2 floats here are Paralympic athletes and Olympic athletes, first and second, and they'll be followed out, I think, at 45-second intervals. I mentioned that at 3 mile/hour speed, which is a standard fare through Manchester these days at the moment with all the traffic. But there'll be smiles all around, and again so much metalware around the necks. We're looking out for swimming coming shortly as well, Rebecca. And again, it took a while for the success to get going, and then once it came in Rio, there was great success again for Great Britain.
Yeah, the swimmers did absolutely fantastic, the best ever Olympics we've had, and it was just amazing. Obviously Adam Peaty got that first gold medal, breaking the world record, and just kind of, I think, just created this belief for the rest of the team. I think swimming, we're not one of the best countries, especially when you've got America and the Michael Phelps and everyone else, so it's great with the swimmers that they just thought, hold on, Adam's just a boy from Uttoxeter that loves what he does. He doesn't kind of train in a special facility or anything like that, so it just kind of instilled a lot of belief amongst the team, and it was great that the medals then just kept flowing. I think we only had like 1 or 2 nights where there was no medals at all, which was a nice change, especially in the swimming world.
There we are, it's selfies a go-go, and lots of videos being taken from phones as well as all the floats start to move off from Liverpool Road, and we'll bring you more details of who is where and on each float as and when they get going down Deansgate.
Well, it's great to see the crowds are coming out, because we've had a bit of rain. It is Manchester after all this afternoon, but the sun is coming out, and there's a New Order tribute band going on behind us as well, and the musical variety is going to be plentiful. And Beth, it was interesting to hear what Rebecca was saying there about Adam Peaty and how that belief spreads through a team. And I read a wonderful quote from Niall Wilson the other day saying, this next 4 years is so important because I'm going for gold now, because he's seen what's possible with Max Whitlock, and they all saw what's possible because of you, and obviously Lewis as well. So that is what it's about, isn't it? Sending that belief through a sport, through a team.
Gymnasts looking up to the old ones and thinking, I've got a role model, if they can do it, then I can do it. And quite often the junior national team, they're training alongside the national team, whether it's at the national centre or in their own personal clubs. They can kind of look at them and think, it is just down to hard work and determination that they've achieved those medals. So Niall came in as the sort of junior member of that team, having got the experience of Lewis and Max, and saw what they achieved and thought, actually, I can go 1 better or 2 better than myself in Tokyo.
And what they then spread through younger, even younger gymnasts, the 8-year-olds and 9-year-olds, they just look and think, Great Britain win medals on the world stage. That's what happens, and that's what happened in cycling, and you were very close to the vanguard of that, I think.
Yeah, and also